Dude, you're such a good. Mashallah, you were asking such amazing questions.
There's this one social skill that's barely talked about, which is way more powerful than the more common, more given advice, which is the tips and the tricks to be a better speaker. I'll tell you something that's socially 10x more valuable than being a better speaker. And it's very unique to me, and it's something I figured out mostly by myself. Some advice here and there, I implemented it, I learned. But this one thing in social conversations, it makes you so much more liked. Than being a good speaker, you will be so much more respected, so much more liked if you just implement this one thing, which is not being a good speaker, but instead being a good listener. I tell you why. Because see, everybody is selfish. You're selfish, I'm selfish, the person next to you is selfish. Nobody cares about the other person. They care about me, my story. I want to be heard. Nobody cares about your story. I don't care about your story. You don't care about my story, really. Everybody wants their story to be conveyed. So when you're talking, you are conveying your story, and people might be interested. They might see some value. They might listen. But when you're a good listener, when you implement being a good listener over being a good talker, you are fostering their ego. You're letting them talk, and this doesn't apply in every situation. But if you want to be we want to make the other person respect and like you more, you want that person to feel heard. And the feeling of being heard doesn't come from you just yapping the whole time. You should let him do most of the talking, and you should do the listening. In one of the sales book, they said you should let a customer convince himself of the product than you try to talk a lot and make him convince. You try convincing him. You get me? I don't know too much about that specific thing, but in general, when you are a listener, the other person feels satisfied because they feel like they shared their story. See, your story is important to you, but not to other people. So when you're being engaged with other people's story, they feel like you know them well. They feel like you heard them well. And that makes them socially like you so much more. You get me? And yes, we all have the need to be talking and all, but maybe let the other person do like 80 to 70% to 60% of the talking. You do the 40 to below 40% of talking. Because see, why would you want to talk that much? Because you feel hurt, but the other person feels like he has his inputs, this, that, and all, which he hasn't said. And secondly, don't when somebody's talking, if you get an opinion which disagrees with them, it's so tempting to be the bigger person and show that they're better than them by cutting them off and being like, but actually, you are wrong for this, that. Or, but actually, I disagree there. No, bro. I'll tell you what I do. If somebody says something that I don't agree with, I just continue nodding my head. I'll be like, okay. And then at the end, when they finish talking, I'll be like, but coming to that point, I feel like there's a conflict of beliefs, or I don't completely agree with you there. And keep an engaged body posture. Face them, look them in the eyes, mirror whatever they are feeling, whatever they are saying. You should keep the uh, same energy, and then also you should think about what they're saying, process it. Because most people including me, most of the time when somebody keeps on yapping, we tend to zone out. Only way to fix overall zoning out is meditation. That's something I want to get into later, but specifically in conversations, you should focus on hey pucha, you're not going out. Specifically in conversations, you should Arey chup yaar. Specifically in conversations, you need to focus on not zoning out. You should try digesting what they're saying. And related to the thing, if you feel like there's a disagreement or something you want to and clarify, you can ask questions related to that. This cat man, you come here. What is leave it. I'll finish talking, I'll let the cat out. So that's what, man. You should being a better listener. This guy keeps on scratching the door, man. What, yeah? Yeah, go out. Good riddance. by being a good listener, right? I told you it's so much more valuable. People like you more because everybody wants to tell their story and everybody wants to be heard. So it's like everybody's, let's give that a positive charge. Everybody's positive charge. So if you're positively charged and you want to just yap about yourself and other guys also positively charged, you both will repel each other because you both want to spew out things and the other person also wants to do the same, so nobody listens to anybody and it's like nothing gets into your head. But if you're positively charged, you want to like just yap about other people, there's very few people who are negatively charged who will genuinely listen, and that makes you so much more rare than most mediocre common people. Being negatively charged, being a good listener. Everywhere there's advice on how to be better positively charged, how to be more articulate, everything. But no, bro, you don't need to be the main character of your movie. You are the main character of your movie, but you don't need to be the main character of everybody else's movie. If somebody is talking about their movie, let them yap, bro. Let them listen. If you don't give a fuck also, see, if you don't give a fuck and they're wasting your time, okay, let them fuck off. Don't listen. Just get lost. But if you're in that conversation for a reason, because you want to get to know that person better, if you want to be, it's a business thing and you want to make friendships or you're networking, bro, if you're networking with somebody you want to meet, talk, ask them questions about themselves, let them tell their story. You don't need to tell your story and try selling them on you. Let them sell themselves on themselves to you, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I want to know more about you because you were such a like a rare person that came and genuinely was interested in my story. You get me? You should focus on being a better listener than a better speaker. Then many of you guys will be like, oh, isn't that less alpha creatures and everything? Come on, bro, it's not always the red pill alpha beta or some bullshit like that. It's like, if you're a good listener, people will like you more. And of course, in some situations where you want to lead, you might be the preacher. But when somebody has a problem, somebody has a concern, listen to them other than giving advice. If somebody is listening, many people, when they're telling their problems, they don't want to hear advice. They just want to feel heard. You get me? That feeling of being heard is so satisfying, so powerful. And if you or me we have the ability to give that feeling to other people, it's like giving free positivity, free happiness, free feeling of satisfaction to others. And when people get that, they want to hang out with you because they get that feeling with only you. Because most other people, they don't give a fuck, but you do give a fuck. That makes you rare.
You're asking such amazing questions, right? Here, you hold it. Yeah. That I felt like when I was speaking, like genuine things that I would love to talk about, you actually brought it out.
So as I was saying, right, there's an art of speaking,
Yeah.
and there's an art of listening. Most people focus on, am I articulate, am I this, that, but everybody, nobody cares about others. I don't care about you. If I be like,
Yeah,
authentic.
yeah.
I care about myself. I
Yeah.
want to be the big person in the thing. I want to be talking.
Yeah.
And everybody's desires that. So when you get rid of your desire to talk and you put the other person on the stage, you're more interested in them genuinely.
Wow.
They
Wow.
they get a spotlight and they get to shine.
Yeah.
I wasn't here to talk about my stuff. I
Right.
can do that whenever I want. I wanted you to talk.
Wow.
So I was actually trying to be a good listener, not a good talker.
Fucking genius, dude.